Hello, Intactivists. In the news this week, we have Your Whole Baby, Foregen, nocirc, Michigan, Intact Again podcast, and much more coming up. I rarely give POTS the headline, but the 6x matching campaign has ended, and it did fantastic. We made a total of $420.16 thanks to you guys who all participated. I definitely appreciate it. Also, just a reminder that the elite e-commercers get OnlyPans access. You can get entrance into our monthly meetings, have voting rights, and get POTS's most exclusive Discord channel. You can become an elite e-commercer by partaking in the POTS e-commerce program. Join our Discord to find out so much more. Also, in Prevail over the system news, we had our work live stream June 29th. It lasted about 2 hours. Thank you everybody who joined. We definitely appreciate you guys showing up for that. Also, Dr. Carl's newest interview got released this past Saturday. It was definitely motivational, I would say. And also, it did talk a lot about being patient and that sometimes you don't see the reward of your efforts until much, much later. But definitely go ahead and check that out in case you missed it. Also, in POTS news, if you like to educate people on the harms of circumcision, or if you are decent with the copying and pasting, please consider joining the Walks, which are social media defenders. We are planning on reaching over 1 million people sometime this year, maybe next year, but we need all the help we can get. The OnlyPans and I have talked about what we are waiting on. I'll make a video special about it when we start those back up. Again, if you are confused, there is a video explaining how to become a social media defender for POTS. It's only 2 minutes long and it will explain everything. All right, well, on to nocirc, Michigan news. So, nocirc, Michigan, they did post their Big Rapids Pride pictures, which is super, super awesome. So, yes, you can see here that they made a photo reel of all of their photos. So that's super awesome. Oh, don't forget to like it, by the way, for sure. Like this down here as well. You know, it does help push this out to the algorithm. If you want to see the pictures one by one, you can go ahead and click on this post right here, and you can go ahead and view them. It seems like there was him. That's the booth right there. And this person here, I'm not really sure who this person is. If you guys know who actually partakes in nocirc, Michigan and who volunteers, please let me know so I can be like, oh, hey, it's so-and-so. I mean, unless they don't want to be named, I don't know. So yeah, so it seems like there's only 2 people who partook in this booth. So that's super awesome for them though. All right, and in Your Whole Baby news, Your Whole Baby posted, it was an amazing day at Babies and Bumps Pittsburgh. I handed out 46 information packets to expecting parents and 7 information packets to healthcare professionals. I spoke to an estimated 120 people throughout the day. I never had so many people visit my table who were already planning to keep their baby whole prior to even coming up to my table. I only handed out the red hospital bracelets when parents tell me they are not circumcising, and I handed out more of those yesterday than ever before. I couldn't believe it. At one point, I had 4 people at my table at the same time who were all knowledgeable and supportive of genital autonomy. I told a couple of the people they could have been staffing my table with me. I was so impressed by their knowledge of the issue. I also met 2 very kind young ladies who expressed interest in volunteering with us. They told me that their sole reason for attending the event was to visit the Your Whole Baby table, and they were so excited we were there sharing our gentle message. Of course, a huge thank you to our amazing donors for helping to make all of this possible. This was said by Greg Hartman. So these were the booth right here at Babies and Bumps. They were doing the Target gift card raffling, info cards. So I guess this is another raffling that they were doing. That's the booth in its totality. And yeah, that's awesome for Your Whole Baby. All right, and in Foregen news, Foregen 41 samples processed, key study accepted, your support in action. Foregen released this today, July 1st, 2025. So it says, Dr. Zarian's preclinical research accelerates in Slovakia. Progress in Slovakia has been swift and successful. Our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Zarian, and Chief Bioengineer, Jean, have successfully harvested 41 foreskin samples. All of these samples have either completed or are currently undergoing decellularization using their unique dynamic method. All right. That doesn't really tell you if they're like halfway done decelling them or if they got like 5 started and they still got like 36 left, or if they did like 40 of them and they have 1 left. But either way, this sentence is super ambiguous in my opinion. Says the next crucial milestone is the successful recellularization of each of these samples, a step the team is on track to complete within the coming weeks. Additionally, preparations have begun for developing and testing their bioreactor, which is essentially for fully preparing the tissue. These rigorous protocols are precisely what we will be using in future human clinical trials, requiring the highest degree of diligence and care at every stage. You can click here for detailed explanation. So the histology study that Dr. Jose has been working on was accepted for publication. That's super awesome for them. It's been peer-reviewed, revised, and officially accepted in a scientific journal. Now, what scientific journal is that? I'm not sure. It says this study will provide the scientific community with vital information about the density of specialized nerve structures within the human foreskin, offering crucial data that will inform Foregen's approach and contribute to the success of our human clinical trials. We eagerly anticipate sharing the final published articles with the Foregen community soon. So the animal trials publication that Dr. Palumbo's been doing, it says the initial draft on Dr. Palumbo's animal studies has been returned with requests for revisions. This is a standard and common step in the scientific publishing process. The team is diligently working on making the necessary revisions and plans to submit the draft in the coming weeks. So interesting that they're doing animal trial publications and decellularization publications for human trials. I thought they were done with the animal trials stuff, but I guess they're still working on that. All right, and now fundraising. Your impact in June. Now this is really big. They made $14,742 in June. This is downright horrible. Like, this is garbage. Foregen hasn't had this low of a donation in a long time. It's been at least a year that they've had this low of a donation. It's very interesting because in June they had $17,738. These guys have dropped off by about $3,000 in donations. Now, why is this? Is this because Foregen screwed up by working with a group that is using neonatal foreskin tissues, and people don't like the fact that Foregen collaborated and used those tissues that they said they weren't going to use? Or is this just because maybe there's other groups out there that people feel are better, like Intaction, Intact Global, etc.? That could be a theory out there. Or is it just a slump? Did Foregen just so happen to hit one of the worst months literally right after Potts broke the news that, hey, Foregen used neonatal tissues in their histology study? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. All right, and in Intact Again podcast news. So Intact Again has released a new video. It says Cocktail Hour Trans People Restore 2. This was released 3 days ago. You can definitely go ahead and check this out if you want. Intact Again podcast, they make restoration podcasts for the most part. So they do interview quite a bit of people. So if you want to go ahead and check them out, you definitely can. And they did just release a brand new video. Also, speaking of videos, Eric Klopper has been releasing this Circumcision, the Heartbreaking Truth with Jamie Bell. And they're breaking it up really short. Like, this is 1 minute, this is 34 seconds, this is 8 seconds.
And a lot of people don't know, but the only reason the U.S. started circumcising its babies en masse is to try to deter masturbation.
Don't forget to like. Obviously, that does help, but it's wild that it is super short. But hey, I guess people like short-term content nowadays. And don't forget to leave a comment. Oh, and also thank you guys for liking and commenting down below in this video, and also sharing it. Oh, you guys are so nice. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. And in Intact America news, we're just going to check this real quickly. And NICU circumcisions now, their petition hasn't gained any new signatures since like last week. Every recent signer was about a week ago. So they have 1,366 verified signatures. Now, what happens to this petition now? Like, seriously, someone tell me what happens to this petition now. I'm curious. Please, somebody let me know. All right, and on to the Intactivist calendar for the week. So, nocirc, Michigan. They have their Ann Arbor Art Fair, Thursday, July 17th through July 19th at 10 a.m. through 9 p.m. most days at 315 East Liberty Street, Ann Arbor, Michigan. So yeah, so if you guys are in the area, feel free to go ahead and join them. The Foreskin Diaries by Ron Lau. You can go ahead and get your tickets now if you want. You have to go in the edfringe.com/tickets, and you can go ahead and figure out the dates. This date is Thursday, 31st of July, which means that you got 30 days before this starts. You also got Friday, August 1st, and Saturday, August 2nd, and you can go and check out all these dates if you are curious and if you want to go. It's at the same location, 151 Laughing Horse at Bar 50 upstairs. The Bloodstained Men has their Alaska Circumcision Crisis protest, July 6th through July 13th. It is going to last about 8 days. If you're in the area, you can definitely go ahead, check out the Bloodstained Men page. Go ahead, look at the times and the locations, and if it works for you, go ahead and join them. And you might be featured on POTS if you end up getting your pictures taken and we cover the Bloodstained Men and their protests. All right, and on to the Intactivist polls for the week. So this poll is, if POTS does a work live stream again, just liking and commenting on other Intactivist posts once a month, how beneficial do you think that is to you? Most people said not at all beneficial. You can comment and like in private. So that's what the majority of people said. Granted, I did just release this yesterday, so we might do another work live stream in like 2 months, 3 months, maybe not once a month. Totally understand that, commenting and liking, while very important for the Intactivist movement to go ahead and do that, might be boring for people to go ahead and watch a bunch of circumcision bad content, or even just watch circumcision content, because apparently Intactivists think that that is Intactivist work by putting circumcision content out there when I don't think it is. Once again, guys, if you don't like how this turned out, please go to my Discord and go vote, because your vote matters. And on to the fundraisers of the week. All right, so Intaction's fundraiser, critical call to support nationwide male bodily autonomy. Currently, they're at 5% of their $100,000 goal. They've raised $4,655. They raised about $1,150 this week. Notice Kevin Steele here, because Kevin Steele has been helping a lot of groups out recently. So, end circumcision, support genital autonomy for all at Pride. This is the Genital Autonomy Collectives. Look at this, Kevin Steele right here at $100. Awesome for Kevin Steele, really holding it down for a lot of these groups. They raised $300 this week. They're at $575 total raised. That is 38% of their $1,500 goal. Your Whole Babies, LA Prego Expo booth. Again, Kevin Steele helping out. Love it. They raised $150 this week, bringing up their total to $350 raised, or 8% of their $4,500 goal. Unaltered, removing circumcision-related misinformation. They haven't gained any new donations this past 3 months. Still nothing. You can go check out their coffee. They haven't received anything this week for their coffee either. It's been a minute for sure for them. All right, Bloodstained Men in memory of Carol, their fundraiser. They have raised $4,171 out of $5,000 goal. Now, somebody did bring it to my attention that I don't actually know what this fundraiser is for, because we don't know if it's paying for the funeral or if it's going to go to some kind of protest, or if they're going to go to like Pittsburgh protest and honor Carol with a protest. I don't know where this $5,000 is necessarily going. But yeah, a lot of people, I would say about 2 people asked me this very recently. Where is this $5,000 actually being used by the Bloodstained Men? I'm not sure. If you are a Bloodstained Men member, or if you just know what's going on, please comment down below where this fundraiser is actually funding. All right. Okay, so Gaudaf. Circumcision is not healthcare, it's a custom. Support gender equality. They're still stuck at $15,981. That hasn't changed for months now, I think. All right, so help make How to Sue and Win Possible, also by Gaudaf. This has been getting a lot more attention from people. So far, they have raised a little over $365 this past week. So that is super awesome for them. This is the list of donors. You can go ahead for the past week of who've all donated. Super awesome for them. So they are currently at $9,155 out of their $12,000 goal, which is 76% of the way there. That is super awesome for Gaudaf. All right, so Intact Global's fight against genital mutilation. They are at $41,818 raised out of their $50,000 goal. That is 84%. They have raised about $122 this past week. So slowly moving up to their $50,000 goal. But once again, I'm pretty sure they have it. They have been getting like $10,000 given to them by Doctors Opposing Circumcision. Gaudaf helped them. Dr. Carl's interview, you're going to see how much the men's rights have given this organization as well. So he definitely has $50,000 raised at this point. But you can also add on the Intact Global Oregon litigation effort is at $380 out of the $30,000 goal. So you can add the $380 to that as well. Okay, so Intact Americas hold doctors and hospitals accountable for penis injuries. They are at 10% still of their $50,000 goal. No one's really donated this in the past 5 months. They're at $5,125 raised. Prevail over this system. We have gotten quite a bit more donations. We bumped up by 3%, so that's about $60. That is super awesome. We're at 35% of our $2,000 goal. Definitely appreciate you guys doing that for us. Also, guys, if you don't want to donate, that's A-okay. We still have the POTS e-commerce program that you guys can partake in, and the CareBuzz that you guys can go ahead and partake in. Both are free or cost no extra charge. You can definitely go ahead to our Discord to find out more. All right, and on to the Intactivist growth for the week. So, last week, the Bloodstained Men was at 7,117 followers. This week, the Bloodstained Men is at 7,128 followers, which is a 11-person gain or a 0.15% increase for the week. That is super awesome for Bloodstained Men and for Intactivism as a whole. All right, that's all what I have for the news. Don't forget about watching the Dr. Carl interview and also the video nonprofit status doesn't really matter in 2025. Here's why. Please like and share to get this out to more people. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.